Yeah, I'm Bill Sanders. I'm a landscape architect and have been serving as park consultant for the city for quite a few years, and so we're here at Spooner Park for Arbor Day. Yeah, this is always a good event because it starts off the spring and it gets kids out here. It's always fun for them to come out into the park and just enjoy the outside a little bit. I think that's the primary thing, and what they learn from it is maybe a little bit of history of the park and a little bit about how the trees fit into the overall picture of the park and the city. So that's kind of what we like to accomplish.
Okay, welcome everybody. We appreciate you all coming here today for our 2015 Arbor Day celebration for the Little Canada Parks and Recreation Department. And I'll give you just a little background of what we're going to do today. First of all, I'm Jim Moreland. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation. We're going to have a couple other speakers here today. We've got our landscape architect that's going to give you a little background of what the park is all about. And we've got our acting mayor here to welcome you in a few minutes too. But other than that, a few talks like that. We're going to have you school children perform the songs that you've been practicing, and then right after that, we're going to plant a couple of trees, and then the best part comes after that. We're going to have some cookies and lemonade up at the park shelter right up on top of the hill. So I hope you didn't eat too much for lunch and you'll be able to hold a couple of cookies. From the schools, we've got the third grade class from St. John's School, Jennifer Souchere's class, and then from Little Canada School, we have the fourth grade classes of Carrie Smith and Whitney Burke. And music teacher Laura Sharp is going to lead those kids in those songs that they've been practicing. I'll bring the mayor up here to welcome you right now. He's actually here in place of the mayor today. The mayor couldn't make it, but our acting mayor, Rick Montour. If you want to come up, Rick. I'm Rick Montour, member of the Little Canada City Council, as Jim said, and the mayor couldn't be here today. So I just wanted to let you know that on behalf of the mayor of Little Canada, John Keys, and the Little Canada City Council, as well as all of the residents of Little Canada, thanks for coming today. And I just wanted to let you know that last week at our meeting, Mayor Keys read a proclamation of Labor Day. I'm going to just quick read it for you. And it says, whereas the City of Little Canada recognizes that trees beautify our surroundings, improve our quality of life, increase property values, and enhance the economic vitality of the city, and whereas the city has a successful program of planting trees in city parks along streets and other public places, and whereas the city encourages its residents and property owners to plant trees on private property throughout the city, now therefore be it proclaimed that Friday, April 24th, as Arbor Day in the City of Little Canada, and be it further proclaimed that the month of May be Arbor Month, and that observance of Arbor Day and Arbor Month be held here today, Tuesday, April 28th at 1 o'clock. So that came from our mayor. He made the proclamation at our meeting. So does everybody know what Arbor means? Everybody knows what Arbor, why we're celebrating Arbor Day? Sure you do. What is it?
Tree Day.
Tree Day, exactly. And why are trees important?
They help us live and give us oxygen.
Yep, they help us live and give us oxygen.
They give us wood to make houses.
Yep, they provide, how about they provide wood for your campfire? How about that? In the back there.
If trees didn't exist, then the sun would hit you.
Yep, they provide shade. They provide shade from the sun. How about you over there? Stand up and talk really loud.
They wouldn't have paper.
Yep, they make paper. Tree over there. One more. That's right, they provide us with air. How about home for the birds and the plants and the animals? Well, so I really thank you a lot for coming today. So we here in Little Canada, we really enjoy our trees. We enjoy the parks and being able to supply, you know, the trees that the animals can play in and you can come by and see. So again, thanks to Jim and the Parks Department for putting on this program today. Have a good time, and we'll be waiting for your enjoyable music. Thanks again. Thank you, Mr. Montour. Next, we have Bill Sanders is here. Bill is one of our original founding members of the Little Canada Parks and Recreation Commission. Bill is also by trade landscape architect who has helped design most of the parks we have in the city. And Bill knows a lot of the history about this park. He was here from its inception and helped design this one along with most of the other ones that we've got. So I'll just bring Mr. Sanders up here and he can give you a little overview on how this park developed and a few other things. Bill?
Thank you, Jim, and welcome to Spooner Park. This is always a good day when you can get out into Spooner Park and enjoy the spring, and it's finally here, isn't it? So we enjoy that. But Spooner Park has quite a history. This was the city's first park, and it was named for Carl Spooner, who was a mayor of the city, and he was the first park commissioner. And Carl had this vision of the city should have a central park. And so the opportunity came up to get this land, which has made from that time a wonderful central park for the city of Little Canada. This land was originally purchased by the school district. Originally, there were going to be two schools here on this land. One was the elementary school, which was built, and the second was to be a middle school. Well, over the years, they decided that they didn't really need an additional middle school, and so it became available as a park. And the city first leased the land, and then later they purchased the land for a city park, and it became really the central park for the city of Little Canada. And we have Canadian Day celebration here. We have had for almost the last 40 years, I think, here. How many of you have attended Canadian Days before? Most of you have. That's a fun event, isn't it? So everybody enjoys getting out for Canadian Days and celebrating with the city. This land has a lot to offer. Not only the activities that it has, picnic areas, play areas, but it has a lot of rolling topography and a lot of trees. And one of the most important things is that it connects with other city parks. So as you go down to the Jarvis Creek, there's a trail along there that connects over to Jarvis Mill Park, and that's a wonderful feature to have because wildlife, the birds, and all of the wildlife also make that connection between the parks. So it's a nice walk to take if you have an opportunity to do that. Today we're going to plant a couple of trees in the park, and these are called spring snow crabapples. And it's really fitting because these trees are one of the things that celebrate the coming of spring in the parks. And the crabapple trees, the spring snow crabapples, come out early and they form a very beautiful white blossom, and that's why they call it spring snow. And as you walk up to the trees today, notice that the buds that are just forming the flowers are pink. So they come out pink and then they turn into this beautiful white flower. So these trees will really add a lot of beauty to the park in the future. And we like to have all of you take part in this and watch these trees grow in the future. come back, take this walk and notice how the trees grow over the years and get taken care of and add to the beauty of the park. We hope that you have fun today and enjoy these trees both today and in the future. Thank you.
Plant, plant a tree. Who will it be for? The birds and me, the honey bee, and oh so many more.
you very much.
Ready, go. Fourth graders, sing loud.
How graceful, how plainly 'tis speaking. The harp when through its playing has language for me. Whenever the light through its branches is breaking, a host of kind faces is gazing on me. The friends of my childhood again are before me. Each step wakes a memory as freely I roam. The sound whispers laden, music the soul o'er me. The astro, alone is my home.
Very nice, thank you. I think we're going to get into actually planting the trees. That's really why we're here today. And you notice we've got 2 trees here. We've got 2 holes pre-dug. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of designate one tree to belong to St. John's. And which way is St. John's from here? Okay, so that's the tree over on that side. That's going to be your tree from St. John's. So when you come back here to the park during the summer here or next year, and maybe you need to take a little pail and get some water from the pump and give a little drink of water or something, or just come and admire your tree, that's the one we're going to kind of designate as St. John's tree. And the one for Little Canada School that's closest to their school, over on this side, that's going to be the one that is going to actually belong to Little Canada Elementary School. So you kids keep that in mind too when you come down here to visit your park. Make sure to visit your tree when you're down here doing that, and make sure it's in good health. And if it looks like it's having some trouble and something you can't do with a little water, give us a call down at the city at the Parks Department. We'll come up and see what we can do for it, because we want those trees to grow and get as big as the rest of them here in the park at some point. So with that, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. And again, the school children are really what made our program here today, and we appreciate your presence. And let's go plant some trees. Thank you.
This is really an interesting story, I think, because I started with the first park committee in 1973, and what we were doing at that time, under the direction of Carl Spooner, who was chair of the first park commission, was to look for a new city park, and this is the park that we had in mind. It was originally purchased by the school district, and they envisioned really two schools here on this entire site. One was the elementary school, which was built, and then the second was a new middle school, which was never built, but later, after it was determined that the new middle school was not necessary, they through a period of first leasing the park and then finally purchase of the park, the city was able to purchase this as parkland. And then later it was dedicated as Spooner Park, named after Carl Spooner, the former mayor and the first chair of the Park Commission. The story of this park really tells how a piece of property like this can change over the years. And it was originally, back 50 years or more, 50 to 100 years, it was farmland, and then it changed from that to parkland. And when this land was first considered for a park, it was really in quite a state of disarray, because the project that cleared the way for Jarvis Creek and the water lines had just gone through, and they dumped a lot of material on this site, which went on later to form all of the kind of rolling topography that you see here in the park. And that, while it looked like a disaster area to begin with, it turned out to be a really beautiful setting for the park. And eventually the grass was established, the trails and the park amenities, and it really became the park in the city. And now Carl Spooner's vision of this was for a central park, and that's what it's become. With Canadian Days, that has been here really from the very beginning, it's become the central park for the city of Little Canada.